I don't know what she's doing, you know. And he's like, well, I didn't say it to him, but I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. He goes, yeah, gee, you gotta put a standard on your woman. I'm like,
hey guys,
Wow.
real quick, a little important news regarding the Eagles. Lane Johnson inactive due to personal matters, so that is a hit to the offensive line for the Eagles.
Ooh, and Mailata is not playing either, right?
What was that?
Mailata is on IR, I think.
I believe so.
Their
yeah.
left tackle.
Another one, yes. They don't have. They already are missing one of their tackles, so now they're missing Lane Johnson. That's a big hit for them with him not active. So if you have Miles Sanders in your DFS guys, you may want to reconsider there.
Chris Jones in your IDP leagues, he's going to be nasty.
Yeah. All right. I got to get out of here. I got to go make my rosters. This week it's going to be a fun week. Good luck to everybody playing DFS, and good luck to everybody in their fantasy matchup. Again, Gladys, Eric, and Hamid, always a great time. Can't wait to see you guys next Sunday. Even though Hamid and I had a little Jared and Hamid moment, I still love you, brother. But take care.
Of course.
All right, Dean. Good luck.
See you later, man. Good luck on everything.
All right, Jeremy Hatter wants to know full PPR flex. Rhonda Moore, Damian Harris, Henry Ruggs, Jacoby Myers, Michael Pittman, Alexander Madison. Pick one.
Ooh, that's a lot of people. Hold on, dude.
There's a lot of people.
So I'm going to go ahead. I'll knock out Alexander Madison's going because Dalvin Cook is starting. I'm not worried about that at all.
Okay.
I'm not starting Damian Harris. I think they're going to get boat raced early by Tampa Bay, and Damian Harris is not a pass catcher, so I think J.J. Taylor is going to see a lot of work. But I'm probably going to play either Jacoby Myers or Michael Pittman for this right here. Jacoby Myers is getting all sorts of targets. This should be a game script for them to actually have to catch up. But Michael Pittman saw a dozen targets 2 weeks in a row now. He is the dude in Indianapolis. His quarterback's been a trash bag, but if you see 12 targets each week, something is good is going to happen. So I'll say Michael Pittman for me. I think he's the more talented between him and Jacoby Myers.
You're not worried about Miami's defense?
Not really.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Hold on. No. He's starting against Xavier Howard. Never mind. Jacoby Myers.
Waiting for you to say, what are you going to say about Xavier Howard there, man?
I literally didn't think about it. I was like, I forgot they were playing Miami. Lord have mercy. Never mind. Let's go Jacoby Myers.
Jacoby Myers. I like that, Jacoby Myers. What do you got, Hamid?
So if you want to take the safe, it depends on your matchup at this point. If you really want the safe floor, you take Jacoby Myers. If you're looking for the ceiling, you go with the Henry Ruggs. Outside of that, there's no one else here that I really want to consider. Alexander Myers, we talked about Cook being active. He may get a little more touches than normal, but it's hard to predict that. So for me, and Rhonda Moore, the reason why I'm not going to say him and consider it because we've not seen him, one, consistent, and two, the target volume is just not there for him. Granted, for Henry Ruggs, it isn't either, but I have more faith in Henry Ruggs, so we do have a proven small but proven sample size with him. So give me ceiling. If you want ceiling, take Henry Ruggs. If you want a safe floor, I will go with Jacoby Myers. However, keep in mind, N'Keal Harry is also active for the Patriots now. He just came
Henry Ruggs is playing Monday night too, right?
That's correct. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Jacoby Myers. I think that's going to be. I think they're going to try to match Tampa Bay.
For what it's worth, Myers did see 14 targets last week, so that's a ton of targets. But that's why I think Myers is the safest of all floors amongst all these players.
Good luck, Jeremy.
Good luck,
Jeremy, man.
So I have a question. No problem, Jeremy. Matt Ryan or Kirk Cousins?
Oh, Kirk Cousins.
I'm staying in the flames. Kirk Cousins has been just on fire since the beginning of last year.
Yeah, but Ryan's going against the Washington football team, who are giving up a shit ton of passing yards to quarterbacks, like a shit ton. Like they're just like handing quarterbacks like.
So I don't know what's going on with that pass rush. They're too talented not to be getting there. So I'm just going to say I'm just going to bet on them to actually get to Matt Ryan this week and make him.
Yeah, but we were talking about Cleveland's Myles Garrett.
Yeah. His matrix moves.
His matrix move. So, and that's going against Minnesota. But what's the over-under for that, the Washington game? Oh, it's only 47.5?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So keep in mind, even though the Washington football team is giving up a ton of yardage to the QB position. They're giving up 6 touchdowns as well and only have 1 interception. Given the defense, I'm a little surprised by that number. But at the same time, take the other side of the ball. What have the Falcons done again, even in great matchups? What have the Falcons done on offense? They haven't been really good on offense at all. It's hard for me to trust Matt Ryan at all. And also, not just that, what's his name? Pitts has not even gotten off. Everybody's expecting a great game from Pitts, but at the same time, until we see this offense actually play up to what we expect them to play coming into the season, it's hard to really trust them, or Matt Ryan for that matter. Whereas Kirk Cousins, he has, I believe, 8 or 9 touchdowns. I think he has 3 touchdowns in 2 games and 2 in 1. So, yeah, give me the safe floor and the high ceiling of Kirk Cousins. I don't even know what the floor anymore. Is there a floor with Matt Ryan at this point? There really isn't.
This is his year. He's with a new offensive coordinator. He's going to suck. Then next year he'll be really good. That's
yeah. Plus, it's without Julio. First year without Julio. You have new Kyle Pitts in. Calvin Ridley is numero uno for the first time. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with Cousins, but I was just curious. Hey, what do you hear about Lamar Jackson? Is he expected to play with that back?
He is. Yeah, he is. It's back soreness, something that he was dealing with last week as well. Don't do somersaults in the end zone. Just walk in, please. You're the quarterback. You're not gymnastic. You're not a gymnast. So, but yeah, he'll be playing.
Is that when it started hurting? When he did that somersault?
Yeah, that's where it came from.
So hard. It was
Yeah, if you watch the replay in slow motion too, he literally landed on his lower back. Literally. Why would you do that?
If I'm Harbor, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing?
Yeah, but he is going to be active. I don't have any concerns with him. The bigger concern is Hollywood Brown can actually catch a pass, an open pass. He'll catch the contested passes, but when he's open, he just all of a sudden forgets how to play football.
Okay. So in that game, Denver and Baltimore, would you play Lamar Jackson or Teddy B?
Oh, Lamar Jackson. I think
Jackson.
Teddy B will give you the safe floor. I think they both offer you safe floors, but actually, Teddy B's floor is Lamar Jackson's floor as well. They both have similar floors, but give me Lamar Jackson's ceiling as well with that. Now, granted, Denver is at home, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they're here.
Yeah, so I do see, Glass, where your concern would be especially that they're at home and Ravens are on the road. So this is one of what we call trap games because this has all the makings of a trap game. But having said that, and the Ravens are expected to give Latavius Murray more of the touches coming to this week. And I see Glass with the fingers crossed there. I don't like you for doing that because I have Latavius Murray and Tyson Williams in lineups. But it's tough world when you lose running backs. But yeah, I do like Lamar Jackson ceiling.
Jeremy has one last question: Pitts or Higbee tight end?
I think you can't trust Pitts until he shows it to us. I'm going Higbee. He caught it. I think he had a touchdown last week. So that Rams offense is just humming. So I'll take that, especially in I believe it's the highest over under of the week. Give me 2. Yeah, so it's tied 54.
Where are my notes? I do believe that. Who are they playing?
The Cardinals. The Rams are playing the Cardinals.
I do believe the Cardinals are like one of the top 3 allowing tight end points fantasy.
You're 100% right. They're the second best team against.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I like Pitts. I think they're going to get it together, but I understand Eric's point. Higbee is playing on an offense that is rolling. I just worry that that the Cardinals are going to shut down Higbee and a couple other players. Maybe.
Can I tell you why they're number 2? They've played the Titans. They played the Titans. They played the Vikings. They played the Jaguars. Name their tight ends. You know what I mean?
Frisker, Titans. He's not terrible.
He is not Tyler Higbee. Not with Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball.
Well, okay, Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball. That's your caveat right there. Who are the other 2? Jacksonville, O'Shaughnessy, and who's the other one?
The Vikings.
Conklin?
Conklin.
Yeah. But I don't know if Conklin was playing when they played them because they picked up Conklin after Irv Smith got hurt, right?
I think he was, but
yeah, Conklin's good. I think, but I understand the Higbee. Going for Higbee over Pitts, but I don't know. I don't know, Jeremy. Two guys say Higbee. I say Pitts, but we'll see what happens. Kyle, Stafford or Herbert?
That's a good question.
Why do you have? If this is a single QB league, why did you spend draft capital on both?
Stafford went late in my leagues. Stafford went like 8th round in my league, 8th and 9th. He went late, so I could see having both of them. Herbert went early. Stafford went late, and now everyone's like,
Stafford. Only I expect because that game, if not the highest, it should be top 2 as far as the over is concerned and 12 points scored. I'm gonna take Stafford there.
I think I have the same line of reasoning that you have because of that. Herbert is playing. They're playing Las Vegas
Raiders.
The Raiders.
They're playing the Raiders at home.
These divisional
Monday night
can get a little weird sometimes, but yeah, I'll go Stafford. He's coming off of a 4 touchdown performance.
54.5 over under in that game, Stafford. But do you know that I think that Cliff Kingsbury has never beaten Sean McVay, like since he's been at Cardinals. Yeah, like Sean McVay is his kryptonite. He just can't beat him, and I think Sean McVay loves that. So I'm gonna go Stafford because I think he's just gonna throw the ball crazy like Cooper Kupp, buddy. He needs to get Bobby Woods in there because I have him. That's the main reason, but
the only reason why.
The only reason, but yeah, Bobby Woods needs to be more involved. So Jeremy, guys went Higbee, I went Pitts. Kyle, all of us went Stafford, but Herbert isn't a bad play on a Monday night against Vegas.
Yeah.
But I think Stafford at 51.5 over under is going to have more passing touchdowns.
You know what a surprising stat for you guys is? How many passing touchdowns do you think the Raiders have allowed this year?
Wait, what?
How many passing touchdowns do you think the Raiders have allowed this year?
2?
They've been in some shootouts, so I'm going to say like 6.
Gladys, spot on too.
Wow.
Yeah, the Raiders defense isn't getting the accolades it should be. They've been playing pretty tough, and they've had a really tough schedule to start off. Like they were voted one of the hardest schedules. And you don't believe them, do you? Are you checking, Eric?
I think you're right. I know you're right. I'm just like,
if you want to think that, maybe because teams haven't thrown on them, teams have attempted the 8th most pass attempts against them. So it's not like they're not getting thrown on because they are. They're just allowing only 2 passing.
That's Bradley's defense, baby.
So Stafford, baby, all day.
That's just wild because they've had 27 points scored on them and 28 points, and then the Steelers did 17. But that's you would think there would be more than 2 passing touchdowns in there. So
you know what that means, Kyle? Austin Eckler all day, baby, all day.
Austin Eckler.
I would second that. Yes, I think this is a floor game for Keenan Allen and Michael. I think this is an Eckler stealing game.
Yep.
Let's go. I've got him in Scott Fishbowl.
Surprised by Jared Cook. Keep your eye on your single DFS lineups. Jared Cook is someone to keep your eye on for Monday DFS.
Let me ask you a question then. Jared Cook or Dalton Schultz this week?
I think it's Cook. I think Schultz was a product of the defense that the Eagles were playing against the Eagles. They were playing 2 high safety the entire game. Literally, they did not change that. The entire game, 2 high safety, which means it opens up the middle of the field, which is why both tight ends were so heavily involved. I don't think that mistake will be made this week. And that's why I think this was not be a week. I think Dalton was just because that's what the defense presented to them.
I have to change something. A lineup real quick. I'll be right back. I've got I waited. So for Scott Fishbowl, I waited on tight end like a really long time, and I have like Jared Cook and Dalton Schultz are my like main 2. So I'm starting Schultz right now. Actually, I think the lineup's locked, didn't they? Never mind.
The lineups are locked.
What would you do?
I'm curious. I thought lineups locked on Thursdays. Maybe I'm wrong. But
no, just Thursday lineups locked.
I'm a noob, so this is my first.
No, just Thursday lineup. You can change if they're not playing Thursday.
Sweet. Okay, I'm learning all types of stuff today. Did you know the Raiders have only given up 2 passing touchdowns?
Okay.
What would you do with Dalton Schultz or Cook?
I like Dalton Schultz. I like the Dallas. I like the Dallas, but they're going against the Panthers, who again, Jeremy Chin and that secondary are pretty tough. So they're kind of ridiculous.
That defense is so fast for Carolina.
It is.
Like I think they played Houston last week. I believe it was. So we got to watch it on Thursday night or whenever that was. They were flying around the field. It was very incredible. I'm really excited to see how Dallas.
Of course, it was Houston too, but still.
I mean, but that doesn't.
They're really good against the run, so that's taken out Zeke and Pollard. So you have CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz. I mean,
Panthers are yet to allow a touchdown to the tight end position.
What's up now?
You're curious to see who they have faced so far. They faced the Jets, Saints, and Texans, so that explains why.
Yeah, okay. Jason Scott Nestor wants to know Ayuk versus Seattle, Emmanuel Sanders versus Houston, Tim Patrick versus Baltimore, standard flex. Thanks. I like Ayuk. I'm just gonna say it right now. I have him in every lineup that I have him in. Tim Patrick, though, I don't know. It would be between Ayuk and Tim Patrick for me. Sanders, I really think they're going to just run that ball once they get ahead. I know what G said, but I think once the Bills get 3 touchdowns ahead, they're just going to run the ball. And the wide receivers are going to be left out. So I'm going Ayuk. What do you guys say?
The more I think about this, the more I lean Ayuk, regardless of format. Even though, correct me if I'm wrong here, guys, Tim Patrick has a touchdown in all 3 games so far.
I'll look it up real quick.
Or is it the past 2 since Judy's been out? I forget which one it is, but nonetheless, and the matchup he has is a great matchup. Actually, it's not that difficult of a matchup. Even though Baltimore that has namesake defense, but this year the defense has so many injuries across the defense. But I have to go with Glass on this point and go Ayuk, and here's why. Not only has his snap share gone up, his number of routes have gone up, his targets have gone up every single week from week 1, 2, and 3. Snap shares are 48, 55, and 86% last week. So I expect Ayuk to be heavily involved in this game. I'll take Ayuk here, regardless of format, actually.
Eric, what do you have?
For those reasons, I'm in. No, for real, because I do like. I'm starting Brandon Ayuk in a few DFS lineups. His 86.75% was his snap share last year. He's got back up to that 86%. So I really like him. This is a high over/under game. If my memory serves me, I'm looking it up here. Now I'm trying to do multitask stuff, but so this is a 52 over/under for San Francisco and Seattle. Sanders, I like. I think Sanders can have a big, 45-yard bomb or something like that. Tim Patrick has only seen 4 targets, and 5 targets. I don't like that sort of volume there. He does have 2 touchdowns, one in week 1, one in week 2. Did not have one last week, but had 98 yards. So, yeah, I'll go Brandon Ayuk. Just a little bit over Tim Patrick, though.
Also, some more supportive information for Ayuk. Julio Jones had a 4 for 104 game, and then Adam Thielen had a 6 for 86 game against this team. So this is actually a pretty soft matchup for Ayuk. So I'm taking Ayuk for sure.
Yes, Seattle's defense isn't all that. So Jason, it's a 3-way Ayuk. So the Cleveland Browns Minnesota Vikings game has just gone to a pick'em, the odd.
Really?
Yeah. So, are you taking Baker Mayfield or Kirk Cousins? 51.5 over under.
I think I'll go Kirk Cousins on this one.
Still stick with Cousins?
Just for the philosophy of the 2 individual teams. Cleveland wants to run the ball. They will be able to run the ball. Don't really care who they're playing. They will be able to run the ball. And Minnesota, passing a lot has actually been pretty beneficial to them. So I'll go with Kirk Cousins. Hamid's doing his research real quick.
I was actually reading up some news about Josh Gordon, how he's looked in training and practice. They're saying he came in at 7% body fat and 230 pounds.
Jesus.
7%. That's why I was reading on my phone. I got this alert. 7% body fat and 230 pounds. He's come in training in practice, and he's looked phenomenal, they've said, for someone who hasn't played in 2 years. So, I'm still not touching Josh Gordon. You can touch him if you want to go ahead. I'm not. at this point. I think 2013 was a long time ago, but I'm actually checking here to remind myself if the Browns are home or on. So Browns are on the road.
It's in Minnesota.
It's in Minnesota, yeah. So it's a pick 'em. When it comes to a pick 'em, I always go with the better defense. In this case, it's the Browns. I gotta go with the better defense here. So for me, it's the Browns.
Also, yeah, Minnesota's secondary is kind of not living up to its expectation. Would you guys play an IDP? Richard Sherman is playing tonight.
He is.
Jason Pierre-Paul's out, which doesn't have any bearing on Sherman. Would you guys play Richard Sherman in IDP leagues?
No.
Only if it was a specific designated cornerback spot. If I had to play a corner, I would. But I'm always looking to play. If I have to play a defensive back, it's going to be a safety, or maybe a slot corner like a Mike Hilton, somebody that gets a decent floor or like a decent tackle floor. But no, and especially I'm sure that what is this? His first action since last season. So yeah, I don't know. He should have a lot of opportunity for tackles though, with as much as Mac Jones is going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, you said no, Hamid?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
First week back, not yet.
Yeah. All right. The Giants Saints. Who are you playing? Daniel Jones or Jameis Winston?
Oh my God!
Why do you ask?
Why are you asking?
No, I'm just gonna. I plead the fifth on this one. I'm not playing anybody, bro. No.
It's gonna be.
If you had to play one of them, who would you play? Daniel Jones or Jameis Winston?
Oh, Daniel Jones against a really good defense. Jameis Winston, who very erratic. You know what? I'm gonna go with Jameis Winston here. I mean, you kind of have to. The Giants aren't a very good defense. You would think, I'm trusting the coaching staff here more than the player. I'm going with Jameis Winston, but I don't like it. I'm puking as we speak vicariously.
Matt Dahl wants to know Mitchell. I think injury status. I thought Mitchell was out. Yeah, Mitchell's out.
Mitchell's not going to be playing this week.
Yep, I have him. He's out. Trust me on that, Matt Dahl. Who do you got? You have to pick on Eric.
No, that's fine. So I disagree. Daniel Jones has been getting it done pretty much through his legs. So while that Saints defense is good against running backs, I don't have the stats in front of me of what they look like as far as and for Kyle, I'm pretty sure Darrell Henderson's playing. I don't have the stats in front of me as far as what they look like against a quarterback. But Daniel Jones is the QB 10 on the year. Jameis Winston is the QB 19. Jameis Winston hasn't thrown for 150 yards yet. I do not trust that dude to at all. I don't trust Jameis Winston. I just don't, especially no Michael Thomas. Who's his top target? Marquez Callaway. It's
week to week. He's
Darius Slayton are out for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, and that's why I think he's going to necessitate, like it's going to be more running for him. So he's been getting it done through with his legs. He's got 61 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So I'll go with Daniel Jones just for the floor. I guess Jameis Winston does have the ceiling because he showed it with the 5 touchdowns, but I don't like that question at all.
Henderson's playing, yes? Joe Henderson's out.
Yes, he is. Henderson will be active. He is playing.
Henderson's active. Mitchell's out. Jonathan Taylor has a swollen knee. We'll see how many. But he will play. But he has swollen in his knee. Someone else is playing hurt. Who else is? There's another running back that's playing. I think
Chris Carson's a little banged up.
Chris Carson is hurt.
I think I had read that. Let me. All
right, I need verification on that because he's in like 3 of my leagues. Hamid, Chris Carson
is playing though. He's not.
I know he's playing, but I think he was limited in practice or something.
What?
You're hurting her feelings, man.
I'm not trying to.
So the running back you're referring to probably is Antonio Gibson, who has an ankle issue.
Wait, what?
Antonio Gibson?
Antonio Gibson's hurt? Yes, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, he's playing with an ankle injury but he is playing. But he's been playing through injury for the past couple of weeks now, so it's not something new. We've seen him play through it already.
Okay, I need a running back that's not hurt.
Is it for DFS?
Don't we all?
No, for my season long.
Season long.
Yeah. I think that Mitchell. Well, right now I'm playing Antonio Gibson and Zeke, which I'm not really feeling confident about. Zeke, sorry. About that.
Your poor dog.
Okay.
I know, right?
Your
All
dogs don't agree with you, though. Your dogs think you're wrong for
This is
not
like,
having
this is
confidence.
terrible.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I gave him like CBD, and it's not clearly not working. Clearly not working on him. All right. Parting shots, parting words. Eric. Hi.
Don't spend too much money in DFS like I tend to do. So I said I have $29.
I thought you said you spent $49.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to me. Listen, all I'll say is play within your means. Don't get all crazy. But good luck to everybody.
Good luck. Hamid, parting words.
This is the time where you want to start making some trades in your league because after week 4, you have a pretty good. Everyone has a really good idea what lineups they've drafted, and of course, the early injuries have also impacted a ton of teams in your leagues and around the fantasy community. So this is the time you want to start looking at those schedules. Start to buy low on players who were drafted in the first, second, third round who have not performed. Because later on, as the season progresses, they're going to get better. Or the risk always is, of course, that they may not at all. But this is the time you want to start looking at that and start making those moves and trades. Because right now, these next 3 weeks is where the trade really starts picking up in your leagues, and then near the trading deadlines when it really picks up. But get ahead of the game now. Don't wait till a trading deadline. But I would say try to make some trades now. This is probably the best time where you can buy low on some players who've not really lived up to par. Jonathan Taylor is one. Antonio Gibson is another one, for instance. And to a lesser degree, DK Metcalf, even for that matter. You can buy him low, relatively speaking, of course. So just keep that in mind. If Amari Cooper has another bad game, maybe consider buying low on him as well. There's a ton of options out there that you can buy low on. CMC's hamstring injury, it might happen again. It's a little bit of risk. Reach out to the guy, see what he wants from him. So just a few thoughts to think about, as you go into your week 4 of your fantasy leagues.
I actually have a legit one. Sorry. I just made that one off the top of my head. Hey, so right now is the time where people are going to start, like if they're 0-3, 1-2, they're going to start, especially in casual leagues, start kind of giving up. They're going to stop scouring the waiver wire. So I'm just telling you, as whoever you are watching, don't do that. Make sure you stay active. You win championships through in-season management. So stay active on the waiver wire. To Hamid's point, make sure you're making some trades. Your boy does a buy low, sell high article every week for going for 2, so you can look at that if you want some suggestions for trade targets. But yeah, that's all I got. Stay positive.
Exactly.
You can still win championships if you go 0-3. You're good.
So, Evan, I hope your daughter is better. We miss you. And okay, yeah, no. And I was going to say what Eric said. If you're like 0-2, 0-3, 2-1, whatever you are, keep on it. Like it's a long season. We're just in the 4th week now. Things are now starting, like your trends. You're going to start to be able to see trends on players, and just keep positive. You guys, you got this. You got this. Always watch Going for 2. We have like every kind of article that you could want to help you with your fantasy. Thank you for watching the Going for 2 live Sunday AM show, which I just figured out the name. Yeah. Sorry, Jeff. And I didn't figure it out, actually. G told me, so I didn't really do anything. You guys, happy October. Good luck, everyone. I have to go because I haven't put my teams in my Suicide League yet, and then I'll default to Denver, which will make me sad. So,
It'll make me sad.
bye, guys.
See y'all.
I will see you next week. All right. Long.